Show is another Netflix thing, wasn't it?
Yes. Great
Like
show.
that.
I liked it.
I think I watched about 5 minutes of the first episode. Lost interest in it. But anyway, hello, Happy Camper.
Hey!
Spike here, Chris here,
Yo.
show here. We're actually going to be talking a little bit about Thanksgiving. And it's 2020 has been a
Shitty, hell, crap, piece of shit.
that's
I'm
cussing
just,
so much.
oh, please, it's 2020. We all know it.
2020, we got 39 days to go. 2020, okay. Now, I've said how much 2020 sucked. You've said how much 2020 sucked. And the whole world's saying how much 2020 needs to go away. And of course, we shouldn't be saying that because we shouldn't be wishing our lives away as well as our time. But there are some things that we should be grateful for from 2020. Okay, yes, it's true. It's darn true. I can't think of any of them right now. But the thing is, can you think, here's the challenge I'm putting out to everybody, because we're still doing the 5-minute episodes. We got like 3.5 minutes left here. And I'm mainly talking because I'm trying to give Chris an excuse to sit here and try to think of at least one thing you should be grateful for from 2020.
I got a new place.
See, there you go. You got new digs. You got a sofa and a love seat look like they were ripped out of a 57 Chevy.
I love it. And don't say a word because
It's black,
you know
white,
it too.
it's black, white, and red, and its pop art is all hell.
That's why I picked it up. I was like, ooh, look at that. That's nice.
See, you got a new place. You're all set. Still waiting for things to come in. But see,
Yes.
everybody's got something to be grateful for in this year, and me, I'm grateful that. To be honest, I'm grateful because 2020 has been the kind of year where so much stuff has happened. There's an old Yiddish curse, and I don't know if I've explained this Yiddish curse before or not. So if I have, you can tell me. There's an old Yiddish curse, may you live in interesting times. You don't want to live in a year that the historians take note of in the future. Okay? You didn't want to be anywhere on like September 11th, 2001, when the World Trade Center and the Pentagon was attacked and Congress was going to be attacked. That was a bad day. This has been a bad year because it's just been one thing after another. And especially with the coronavirus. And I've said before on this show that it's the flu. It's a severe flu. It's an easily caught flu, but it's still the flu. We have not, but here's the thing. Here's what you should be grateful for on that. We have not one, we have not two, we have 3 different vaccines in the pipeline now that can help people prep for the Chinese flu when they actually come out. So we've got 3 different vaccines coming from 3 different places, which means that should pretty much put paid to this. So there's not much more of this to go. Yes, people are tap dancing around the increased numbers of COVID-19 cases, but we knew it was coming. We knew this was coming. Okay, we knew the increased cases were coming because that was the whole thing. We're supposed to flatten the curve, so instead of a bunch of people getting sick and then it slashed off, it was supposed to go up a little bit and stay. And it would gradually increase before it gradually plateaus. We're finally reaching the peak now because we flattened earlier in the year. And a lot of people forgot that was the game plan. It was supposed to be 2 weeks of shutdown, was supposed to pay dividends down the road. The year's almost over. This pandemic has almost run its course, and we can actually start getting back to life as normal. So I am grateful that we're finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel here. I have faith that it's going to come to an end. I'm also grateful, however, in 2020 that this thing is still my brother. He's still kicking around. I've got she who must not be named, who is still my wife. I've got 2 beautiful kids who are have turned into full-grown grown-ups instead of just adults. They're actual grown-ups. They're on their own, taking care of themselves. Shut up, you. So I'm actually grateful for a lot of things. But most of all, I'm grateful for the fact we have a big-ass roast beast that we're going to be having for Thanksgiving dinner this week, whether Governor Andy wants it or not. We are going to just have the entire family over, and we're just going to be French kissing each other and stuff. We're going to be
Okay,
we're going to be snorting pepper, and just going to be sneezing all over the place.
We're not that kind of family. Okay, even though we
That's
live
the
in,
Kardashians. That's right.
Even though we live in Kentucky.
That's the Kardashians. That's right. My bad. Anyway,
I heard that people were saying that all Thanksgiving's canceled and stuff like that.
No,
and it's like
Thanksgiving's canceled if you give in to the fear. Okay, we already know. Keep this in mind if you're concerned about Thanksgiving this year. Okay, if you've got a relative who is in their 80s, their late 70s, or up, they probably should not be attending in person. Have one person go over, sanitize themselves, and then bring something over for them, along with like some sanitized cards and stuff. Just like a quick spritz with some Lysol will help take care of that. But just or even send things by email, electronically, do some Zoom call-ins with them. But if you're not in your 70s, if you're younger than that, you really don't have a whole lot to worry about here, because the younger you are, the far less likely you are to pass from this. We're looking at rates that are actually lower than the actual flu, because now if people are catching symptoms, they're going and getting treatment for it. So the normal flu, people will sit there and get sicker and sicker, and they're like, it's just the flu, I'll get over it. And then they don't get over it, and that's why the numbers are so high. The Chinese flu, on the other hand, is a little more virulent. It spreads around a little more easily. It's a little more severe, so people take it more seriously than they did the flu. That's why that's why the Chinese flu's numbers in this country, anyway, are a lot lower than what the regular flu has been. And I'd say at the end of it, it'll probably be comparable, just because people take it seriously. If people had not taken it seriously, then you would have seen, forgive me, a spike in the numbers.
True.
But that's something else to be grateful for this year, something else to be thankful for. People took this seriously. They went out and they took treatment, they took preventative measures, they made themselves aware of what was going on, and they tried to cooperate. Yes, people are getting tired of doing this. I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of wearing these damn masks everywhere, especially because I have a background in microbiology. I know how much good those masks are. I've said it before on this show, unless you have a self-contained breathing apparatus, then you are, those masks aren't doing a thing. But anyway, so people took it seriously, and a lot of lives were saved because of it. Donald Trump, whether you love him or hate him, shut down the travel from China, which cut off a huge vector of infection for this stuff, whether the Chinese want to admit it or not. So that helped a lot. We can be grateful for that. We can be grateful that this is going to turn out to be a huge explosion that didn't happen, because we actually became serious about diseases for the first time in about a century, honestly. The last time anybody took something this seriously would have been polio back in the 50s. And guess what? Polio is caused by a virus, and we now have a vaccine that prevents polio. It happens. It may take a while, but with today's technology and with the federal government actually out there encouraging and development of it, we were able to respond in record time. I think normal time is like 18 to 24 months to develop a vaccine. This time it's 10. It took 10 months to start developing vaccines, and then boom, 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 we get 3 announced within a month. So we do have things to be grateful for. We do have things to be thankful for. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful we have this show. I'm thankful for the 3 or 4 of you who are actually watching this show. And just to let you know, yeah, we went over 5 minutes. But guess what? Bro, I love you. I'm glad you're here.
Same back, bro. And to our sister that we hardly ever get to see, but our sister out there somewhere.
What up, JJ?
What up, JJ? What's up, Jerry?
J-A-M.
J-
She's our jam.
You're
You're the jam,
the
Jerry.
jam, Jerry.
I don't care what your last name is. You're still the jam. So and speaking of which, we're grateful for Nikki, for oh dear God, now he's forgotten all the names. Dopey, Sneezy, Doc, all of other Jerry's other kids and grandkids.
And if they see this and how we are calling them that, they'll be like, yeah, that sounds about right.
And ask Jerry, your mom, your grandma. She'll tell you, I haven't been there for decades. So, but anyway, so any last things you want to say thanks for before we close this up?
I want to share love and start saying I love you. Actually, go to your Facebook and put in I love you and see how many people share it and like it or say it back.
And ignore all the people who shit on it.
Yes.
Put some love out there and let people know it's all right to actually say you love somebody. So
Put a little love in your heart.
And it's not just like lust or anything like that. You can love somebody without actually being in a relationship with them. Don't be afraid to admit that you love somebody. I mean, if I admitted I loved this goof on Facebook and YouTube, and you know the internet is forever, you can do the same thing.
I love you too, bro.
Do that for Thanksgiving this year. Give thanks for the people you love and the life you have. Don't concentrate so much on the things you ain't got because of all the crap that happened this year.
Yeah, put all that shit aside.
Give thanks for the stuff you do have, and give thanks for the future you're going to have.
Because that's what we need when we go into the new year. This year never happened. We're going into a new year and just be like, yes, full of positivity and so much strength and power and love, and just to where it's like, hey dude, I don't know you, but I love you. I love you too. Whoever you are.
This is like watching a train derail in slow motion. Anyway, we're going to wrap this. Let me just wrap it by saying one more thing. We, here in America, this is not the first time we've been bloodied. This is not the first time we've taken a beating. This is not the first time we've gotten filthy because of all the crap around us. But America always picks itself up, dusts itself off, and gets back to work. Yep. So just remember that day is coming too. This is not the new normal. This is just the intermission between two major acts. So till next time, Spike,
Chris,
show. We'll see you all somewhere down the road. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and make sure you smack a turkey for me.
Oh,
Ta.
yeah.